Joshua Boisvert, the man. We just saw your road to the title, man. You get an incredible victory in round number 2 of the lightweight tournament and of the show. What are your thoughts after seeing your own performance up there and seeing yourself on the show?
What's going on, brother? Yeah, honestly, I knew that I can't, like that shit happened so fast. So, but I do remember like that one was a banger. I knew it went 3 rounds, and I was so excited to play it back for sure. I'm pretty excited with my performance. Dana had some good words to say at the end there, so yeah, I'm pretty pumped right now.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we were kind of watching a little bit beforehand. You were obviously they show a little cameo of you talking, him talking, and one of the things you said was that you didn't think Anthony DeFrank deserved to be up there with you. What was it about him that kind of gave you that conclusion?
Yeah, all respect to Johnny Warta. Like he's a dog for sure. But when I saw that matchup, like that matchup didn't make sense to me. I was 95% sure that DeFrank was going to take care of Gianni. So he did display a knockout first round. So that definitely has people's opinions on him. But yeah, like I just didn't think that he had what it took to be up there with somebody to his stature. He's a 6'1" guy. Johnny was probably 5'6". So like it just wasn't a fair fight.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, his comments beforehand were that it was going to be a cakewalk. He was going to walk through you. I'm not exactly sure, kind of where that confidence came from, but definitely not something that's typical with guys that don't have a particular problem, if you will. So I was just curious if there was anything that happened behind the scenes. Maybe you guys had a little distaste for one another. But obviously, extremely dominant performance. You stand there, really don't move from any of the strikes. He has a few different reactions, right? He gets dropped on the first one. The second one, he actually does not go down, which is one of those things that you see. I think you're seeing it more now. What were you thinking as it almost felt like he took your second strike a little bit better than he did your first strike?
Yeah, for sure. I do believe he took a knee on the second strike. He didn't initially drop, but he took a knee after he took a couple seconds and he realized that was too much for him to recover standing up. But yeah, like I think that you know he just he didn't know what he was getting himself into, and yeah, his first match, his head was just waiting to get hit. So I think that he had that, like you said, he had that confidence. So he probably thought, that guy didn't have that power, and he had to adjust himself for his second hit. But it was still too much for him to recover on his feet.
Now he's one of those guys that has a very, I'll say, special, unique windup where he comes in really quickly. I don't know if that's really, I don't know if that's like a part of his strategy on a way to rattle you or what. But did that at all shake you up, or did it kind of confuse you, or did it concern you at all that he was winding up so quickly?
Yeah, so we actually did get to watch film after our first fight. So we got to watch film of ourselves, what we did, and then films of our future opponent, so Anthony DeFrank. So I got to watch his fight close up, and I realized that he has more of an Alan Klingbeil windup. It's very fast. He's coming right to your face real quick. And to be honest, it's kind of reckless in my opinion, especially because like his arm's not very controlled. So like he could have hit me anywhere. The hardest part about that his windup was just getting my breathing in cadence with it, because I like to be in cadence, breathing in when they're winding up, and then breathing out when I'm getting struck. So I think that was probably the hardest part, is just like taking quicker breaths. But other than that, like everybody's gonna have a different windup, and you just gotta adjust on the fly, right?
Yeah, and then what did you think about of the stoppage? Did you think it was a little early? Were you surprised that he kind of got called out? I think the referee got to maybe number 4 before he called it off.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's hard to tell, because like I don't see what he sees, but like when I was watching the fight, looking into his eyes, like he was definitely not there. Like it was to me, it was kind of scary, to be honest with you, because he was standing up, but he was not there. So I wouldn't say it's an early stoppage. Like they have to do their job. It's kind of a gray area because it's the third round. So to me, like I was a little confused. because regardless if he recovered, like there's nothing to recover to. There's no another hit. But either way, like I think it was a good call.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest with you, we don't really see standing TKOs so often. And when I say standing TKO is a tough one when it comes to slap, obviously because a lot of the time guys will get waved off. They are standing, when they get up, and if the referee deems that they don't look good to continue, then they'll wave it off. So technically they're standing. But what I mean by standing TKO is he never went down in that round.
Yeah.
And the referee saw something he didn't like and said, we're done. And I'm assuming it's something in the eyes. That kind of dazed look where you're kind of looking through people, not focusing on anything. And, these referees see a lot of that stuff. So I'm not exactly surprised. I'm going to turn it over to Corey. Obviously, I don't know if you can see those comments, but, Raiden shouting you out, man, saying, let's go, Canada, Canada, and whatever the rest, I don't know, CA.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
You hear me? Awesome.
Love you, Raiden,
congratulations, Josh.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Sorry, I missed the first part of it. Flew out a little bit late in traffic. Had to get through security at the airport, but now I'm here, man. Talk to me about that matchup. Impressive. The first strike. Did you think he was getting up?
Honestly, I didn't think he was going to get up, to be honest with you. But he proved me wrong. DeFrank's a dog for sure. I'll give it to him. I didn't think it was going to go 3 rounds. I predicted a second round TKO. They asked us for predictions before the fight. That was my prediction. But yeah, no, he showed up and he showed out for sure.
Awesome, man. I mean, he was seen, I think, as definitely one of the favorites. He had an impressive round 1 victory, as well as yourself. Being there at the weigh-ins, what kind of vibe did you get off him? Because he seems to be much more of an outgoing, cocky, confident person. Did you feel that from him?
Oh yeah, like DeFrank. That's what DeFrank emulates all the time. Like we lived in the house together a week before that fight. We didn't have any beef, like we just told each other we're gonna put on a show. None of the lightweights had beef, honestly. Like we were the boring class of the season for sure. But we got beef with other people. But like he did a good job for sure, But like that's who DeFrank is. Like DeFrank emulates that cockiness, and up until now, like he could back it up, but he walked into the wrong one.
Sitting there now, obviously you're moving through the 2 rounds. Your coach, who you had on the show, Robert Trujillo, is that where your sights are set next?
100%, honestly. If I'm being 100% honest with you, I'd like to go through the lightweights a little more, like to prove myself. I think it'd be a little early to give me a title shot after two wins. I understand that the class is building, and that's kind of how the previous seasons have worked. You'd win your season, and then you would go on and fight for a belt. I don't think that would prove that I'm a champion. So I definitely want to get my hands on some other lightweights right now for sure before I go against Trujillo. Trujillo's a dog. He's a beast. I have a lot of respect for him, and I'm honored to share the stage with him one day. And I know that day will come, but as of right now, yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on some more lightweights.
Awesome, man. What's your day-to-day look like right now? What are you doing to get better every day for the next opportunity?
For sure, yeah. So right now, like I told you at the last interview, I was just trying to get my weight up. So I'm sitting around 170 right now. So yeah, I'm just grinding. Like I work the 12-hour shifts. I'll go to the gym after work. I'll go to the gym before work. It all depends because I do nights and days. But yeah, I'm just taking my health seriously, watching what I eat, taking my vitamins, making sure that my brain's good, and I'm ready for the next one, 100%.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Look forward to seeing what's next for you.
I appreciate you guys.
A couple of quick ones, Josh, before we let you go.
Yeah.
You're wearing a crown.
Yeah.
What's that about? Talk to me about what's the motivation behind that.
Yeah, so Anthony DeFrank, he was the king, and he got decrowned, and I think that the second round really emulates that when he got on his knee and bowed to me at the podium. I mean, he wasn't bowing to me, obviously, like he was taking a knee, but I fuck with that. I fuck with that image hard, and you'll definitely be seeing that on Instagram.
No, I love the energy, man. Honestly, it brings this excitement. Nate Bernard just came in here, commented on it right away. He noticed it. I actually didn't notice it right away, if I'm being honest. But kudos to you, man. It's very creative. One final one for you. Obviously, there's two other lightweights that we saw get the win. William Shockey gets it in a very unusual way. Doesn't get to strike at all in this match. Gets rendered unable to continue, so he gets the disqualification win due to stepping from Isaac Wenther. But there's another guy who's your fellow Canadian in Dakota McGregor, and he had a win also on round 2 of the show. Is that a person that you could see up there next, potentially across from you at the podium?
Yeah, like I was just saying, like there's I wouldn't feel comfortable going for the belt right now, and I don't see, obviously, after 10 lightweights coming out of season 3, the only 2 being victorious, other than obviously not getting knocked out, is me and Dakota. So it would only make sense if me and Dakota went at it next, and I think that would be the ultimate test for sure. Dakota's proven he has a chin, he has power, he's also Canadian, and there can only be one. So that would be one great bout for sure.
Is there anything you want to say to Dakota, who's now joined us?
Absolutely. Congratulations on your big win, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'd like to see you. It's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
But yeah, regardless of what happens next, I feel like it's gonna be me and you. We're the ones that proved ourselves out of the lightweight tournament. Like I just said, you're a dog. You got a chin. You got a strike on you. And like I said, there can only be one Canadian. So
yeah, I agree.
We have to put that to the test, brother.
I like it.
I am severely outnumbered in Canadians right now.
Yeah.
Josh, congratulations, brother. Thank you so much for joining us, man. And we cannot wait to see what comes from you next, my brother.
Appreciate you guys. Take
Cheers,
care,
brother.